Google is currently being sued in California because it continues to track people even when using Google Chrome's Incognito mode. The very name, Incognito, gives the impression that anything you do online won't be tracked, but that's most certainly not the case with Chrome Incognito. Even with Incognito mode switched on, the Chrome browser will still allow websites to collect information about your surfing habits during that session, including Google's own services. What's more, the default search engine remains Google, which continues to track your behavior, potentially linking that data to your IP address. In Google's defense, it has never claimed otherwise. As Google said in a statement sent to Bloomberg when the court refused to throw out the Californian case, Incognito mode in Chrome gives you the choice to browse the internet without your activity being saved to your browser or device. As we clearly state each time you open a new Incognito tab, websites might be able to collect information about your browsing activity during your session. That doesn't mean you can't do better than Chrome Incognito if you're looking to surf in privacy, however. Below, I'm going to explain the privacy benefits of switching browser to Vivaldi, a web browser that's built on the same engine as Google Chrome and is compatible with all of its extensions, but which delivers a far superior feature set, including a stronger privacy mode. Vivaldi's equivalent of Incognito mode is called Private Window. As with Chrome, it doesn't by default prevent websites or your internet service provider being able to monitor your web activity. See the "But if you're staying with Chrome" section below. But it does offer superior privacy to Chrome Incognito in several ways, especially if you delve into browser's myriad settings. Let's start with how Vivaldi Private Window is better by default. For starters, the default search engine in Private Window is set to DuckDuckGo, the search engine that refuses to collect any personal information about its users. That means that, even if Google is the default browser for everyday surfing, your search activity cannot be tracked in a private window, unless, of course, you visit Google manually. Vivaldi also goes to greater lengths to stop any trace of what you're surfing for in private windows being left behind on the computer. It minimizes what's stored on disk, instead relying on the computer's memory to store critical information, so that when the session is ended there's little chance of anyone later recovering what you were surfing for by scanning temporary disk files, for instance. Vivaldi also has greater privacy protections built into the browser. If you access the Vivaldi settings, for example, under the Privacy tab you'll find the option to block trackers, or even block trackers and ads, in any session.